in all our minds. So now I'm stuck in the animation. I'm just watching my body moving. It keeps me farther away. It takes the life out of me. It keeps me farther away. I don't know what I can be now. We'll never feel the darkness in us. Look for it, but you won't find it. I wouldn't try to if you wanna feel something. Can you stop chasing after it? You're almost out of air, it's still pulling you. I'm at your Everest, trapped by the endless summit, stuck in the labyrinth, captive by sentence in the. Oh, what if I don't get up? No, it's rolling in. I won't abandoned sinner. And what if I don't get up? I'm not knowing more again. I won't stop searching until I find the singularity. Of what we see, it suffocates the endless creed to stay down on our knees. I don't know why, I don't know what it takes. I draw the lines, but don't know what they make. Which to love and which to break. What to keep and what to hate. Drop the line, breathe the water down, all alive. We can finally evaporate, coming back again, dream alive. I'll evaporate, dream of us, waving our hands up. We are all the front runners, dream of life away from all of this. All the scene we never played, that we don't know, that we can't know, but we're falling. Light bring us into everything. Not can access what we have, and nothing can reason now. Gravity swam so far. Drop the line, breathe the water down, all alive. We can find the will, operate, coming back again, dream alive. I'll evaporate, we are the ones, we're tearing apart the sun. fire they made for you. It's too late, trying not to breathe this illusion. I'm searching for something to say. Can you tell me, is there anyone out there? Is there anyone listening? My only sacrifice is throwing away what I needed to say. Shouldn't take the shot, you'll see just how I cried. In a way I'm burning out from all the times I wrote it down. The same phrase, one day too late, losing time while waiting for them to surrender. And I don't care why I sit awake, still burning pages all night, drowning in my fantasy. Can you tell me, is there anyone out there? Is there anyone listening? My only sacrifice is throwing away what I needed to say. You shouldn't take the shot, you'll see just how I would. In a way I'm burning out from all the times I wrote it down. The same phrase. So now I'm stuck in the animation. I'm just watching my body moving. I don't know what I can do now. It keeps me farther away. It takes the life out of me. It keeps me farther away. I don't know what I can be now.
Hello and welcome to Locals Live. Today we'll be speaking to Matt, Yvonne, Alexander, and Josh from the band Alamance from Eugene, Oregon. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having us.
So can you guys tell me about how you guys started as a band and what brought you guys together?
Yeah, sure. So Matt and I started playing music when we were just teenagers. We met in high school in Mount Olive, New Jersey. That's where we're originally from.
Shout out to it.
Yeah. And we traveled to Eugene, Oregon when we were, I think, about 22 years old, so 2013, I would say. And we started making music here. We found Yvonne, and then later added Alexander. And we've been making music as a unit for about 2 years now.
That's amazing. So you guys are all from the area right now?
Yeah, so I actually recently moved up to Beaverton, Oregon. So that's where I'm at. And then everybody else is from Eugene.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So super close.
Yeah, not too far.
How did you guys choose your band's name?
The band name has quite a history. When I was a teenager, we were playing actually a couple of legs of the Vans Warped Tour. So that was on the East Coast. And we were traveling down to Florida, and somewhere in, I think it was North Carolina, we got into a pretty wild accident in our van and our trailer, and the police were there, and it was not our fault, but there was screaming and happenings happening. So we had it was actually in Alamance County. Alamance police showed up, and it was on Alamance Road. We were kind of looking for a new name at the time, something a little bit more mature. And we were like, hey, yeah, this is awesome, and it's a great connection. So we're like, this became the band's name.
Well, coming from someone who's from North Carolina, I love it.
Awesome. Nice.
How would you guys describe your musical style?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely takes from a lot of influences. Our style really leans towards like the metal rock spectrum. We add in a lot of electronic elements and atmospheric sounds and synths, with sort of like a pop vocal, like layering on top of it. A lot of like guttural vocal screams here and there, but it really kind of like has a balance between this, raw, hard emotion to like a softer, gentler feel to it. So yeah, it's just a good balance of rock.
Yeah, I think we also love some of the more progressive and technical sides of music too. So we're always trying to, I think, make the details the focus of a song. So even though it has a pop appearance, there's lots of textures there that people can listen to and kind of play with and, listen back and be like, oh my gosh, I never noticed that, or I never heard that before.
Yeah, like cool textures and harmonies, sort of like timbres from more electronic sort of sounds into what is more sort of typically like a standard rock unit, drums, bass, guitar, vocals, and then along with sort of, just the blending of styles, and then specifically like the lighter, more mellow and atmospheric stuff, which like Alexander was saying, with like the more technical or heavy or sort of metal influences that mesh with that.
All sides of us.
Yeah.
Exactly. And what would you say your personal musical inspirations are for you guys?
Yeah, I think for me, I'm definitely all over the map in terms of, I think we all are actually pretty much all over the map, but I really love experimental stuff. I love anything that turns my head. So like Between the Buried and Me was like a huge influence for me on the heavier side of things, but then also like poppy I love because again, just so different and out there. There's a band called Pale Dusk that I'm recently listened to, which again, just like electronics, and it's stop, go, and just heavy, and just really makes me just say like, what is happening? And I love that.
I think between all of us here, like that whole Warped Tour, as we said, with their experience really playing on the East Coast with Warped Tour back in the day, I think for our youth, it kind of stems to that. What was going on during like the My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy era. Avenged Sevenfold is a huge one. Like the drummers that really kind of made that scene big. Like Aaron Gillespie from Under Oath is a huge drumming inspiration for me. Like not just because he's a redhead, but he's just so powerful. With how he plays. And there's a lot of other guys, like even just outside of that emo electronic atmospheric like rock thing, like I like jam stuff, like Carter Beauford from Dave Matthews Band, Humphreys McGee, like, I mean, John Fishman from Fish, like, I'm really into that sort of stuff a little bit, so.
I like Fish a lot too,
Yeah.
so I'm with you.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
So you guys have 2 new singles out. What was the recording process like for you guys when you went into the studio to put the tracks down?
Yeah, Matt, you want to take that one?
Yeah, so basically getting everybody together on their parts, you know, and really recording them individually to, you know, just get the best performance from each of them. And then I take all those pieces back to my place where I have a small studio set up and, you know, polish it up and get it sounding the way we want. And on these last 2 singles, we've shipped it off to Rob Freeman, shout out, out in New Jersey from the band Hidden Plain View, Audio Pilot Studios. And he's been doing the final mix and master for us on the last 2 singles, and I think it sounds great.
Yeah, it's really nice to be able to have the freedom and the luxury to, you know, think about the parts for a long time and not be like pressured or under the gun to, you know, record them on studio time.
We have really 2 studios between Matt and my drum studio that we have all the mics and everything for everything, and you know, we don't have to worry about like being under the gun with time.
That's amazing. So you guys get to have all the creative control in what you do, and you're not pressured by anything, so you can just really let everything organically flow.
Exactly.
Do you guys have any dream venues that you would love to play, or people you would like to open up for?
Ooh, opening up for, I want to play Red Rocks personally. That's like such a beautiful venue. Going back there this summer for a few nights, and but opening up for some bands.
That would be a great venue.
Dude, you guys.
Periphery.
Periphery, Under Oath would be a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are all amazing.
Yeah.
I hope that we get to see you at Red Rock soon, though.
Yes. And Deftones. That'd be sick to
Ooh,
play.
yeah.
Deftones. Yeah, that would be
Great.
really cool.
So after watching some of your music videos, I've noticed a common graphic novel type theme to the animation that you guys have in them. What brought you to develop that animation style, and why would you like to use that to represent your music?
Yeah, so a lot of that actually stems from not Monarch or Singularity, but the single before that called Ethereal. And that's really what kind of got us going on that track. The lyrics in Ethereal really talk about kind of being trapped inside an animation, and it's kind of a metaphor for using, you know, escapism and themes like that to kind of get away from your feelings. And so I think we just kind of sat with that for a while, and we were looking for a way to represent the song in a video format, and we're like, this just makes so much sense to have an animation, you know, where somebody actually is. It's a character who's literally in an animated world.
Living the life of your story you guys
Exactly.
wrote.
Yeah.
And Yaramir, so we reached out, sort of like made a post on like Reddit, and we had a few people who reached out, and Yaramir from Eclipse for Art and the Czech Republic is our artist for it, and we loved him on Ethereal, that we worked with him on the next one, Singularity, and so we really, really like that. It's a little bit like Linkin Park was doing back in the day with some like animation and stuff. Pretty awesome stuff there.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Linkin Park back in those days. I mean, I still am, but I can see the comparison, although I feel that yours has just a little bit more artistry, storytelling aspect to it, and I enjoy that a lot. It's kind of like I'm reading a comic book when I
love
watch it.
that.
Yeah,
I
it's
love that. I
definitely
definitely,
more narrative.
yeah. And Yaramir and I did many Discord calls, you know, talking about like what the story process was going to be like and what's the main character going to do. And I was really excited to, like in Singularity, when there's the boss fight, like we scripted that one out for a long time.
Well done, well thought out.
Thank you.
So lastly, I would love to open the floor up to you guys to let your fans know what exciting things you guys have going on next and what we can expect from you.
Yeah, we're going to be at the White Saloon, McMenamins, on March 9th.
March
That's
9th.
a big show for us. Also, April 15th, we're going to be back in Portland at the Hawthorne Hideaway, another big one for us. I would say stay tuned to our Instagram. That's our most active area on social media. You can check out all of the new and upcoming stuff. list of shows, and as well as our next single, which hopefully should be out in a couple months.
We'll be excitedly waiting for that one. Well, thanks again, you guys, and thank you for watching Locals Live.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.